All right, let's get right into it. If you're a storyboard artist who's been trying to use AI and you've just felt more frustration than freedom, then you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down how these tools actually think, and I'm going to give you a super powerful framework to finally take back control. It's time to start directing the AI instead of, the other way around.
Does this look familiar? I bet it does. You ask for a feeling, something abstract like determination, and the AI gives you back, well, this. Something just bizarre, completely unusable, maybe with an extra arm for good measure. This happens because we're basically speaking the wrong language. We're asking the AI to imagine something like a human, but it just can't. It can only follow really concrete visual instructions.
And that, right there, brings us to the single most important mental shift you have to make. And it's this: the AI doesn't have an imagination. It has a library. It isn't really creating, it's remixing. And once you truly get this one core idea, I promise, it's the key that unlocks everything else. So it all comes down to this idea of pattern recognition. See, the AI has never felt determination. It's never felt the wind on its face while running. It just knows that the word running is statistically connected to billions of images that have things like diagonal body angles, bent knees, maybe some motion blur. It's a crazy powerful pattern matcher, but it's not your creative partner. Let's use a super simple example. When you say the word forest, the AI doesn't picture a place you can walk through. Nope. It just pulls up a recipe of visual patterns it's seen before. Vertical lines for trunks, a big texture of green for the canopy, and some patches of bright light. Your prompt is really just a request for the AI to go find and assemble those specific patterns for you. And this slide, this shows that translation process perfectly. Our job as artists, as directors, is to convert that abstract human thought on the left into the concrete AI pattern language on the right. We have to stop trying to direct feelings and start describing the visual evidence of those feelings. That's the secret. Okay, so if we need to describe all these visual patterns, how in the world do we do that effectively and, consistently? We need a system. A blueprint for control. And that's exactly what this 7-component toolkit is. Think of it like your checklist for building a production-ready prompt every single time.
And here they are, the 7 magic ingredients. You can think of these as 7 different dials you can turn to get the exact image you have in your head. So we've got shot and camera, subject and action, composition, environment, lighting, style, and then the last one, which is optional but super powerful, reference. Now let's actually build a prompt using these.
All right, enough theory, right? Theory's great, but let's see this thing in action. We're going to build a professional prompt right now, from scratch, piece by piece, just to show you how much incredible control this structure actually gives you.
So, our scenario is this. Our hero just found out they've been betrayed. We're going to start with the absolute fundamentals, shot and subject. See, we're not just saying a man. We're defining the camera, a medium close-up, slightly low angle, and the character's very specific action and emotion. Their expression shifting to shock. This is our foundation.
Okay, next up, we layer in composition and environment. By putting our hero's center frame, we're forcing the viewer's attention right where we want it. And by adding interior spaceship corridor, well, now he isn't just floating in a white void. He's grounded in a real place, in our story. And finally, we add those crucial artistic layers, lighting and style. And notice how specific we're getting. Cool blue overhead lighting, contrasted with a warm glow from the datapad. That creates mood, it creates drama. And most importantly for us, we specify storyboard sketch style to make sure we actually get a usable panel, not some weird photorealistic render.
And there it is, the complete prompt. We've combined all the components, and you can see I even added that 7th optional element, a reference. In this case, the Arcane series storyboard aesthetic. I mean, just look at the difference. We went from a vague idea to this incredibly precise set of visual instructions. This is how you direct the AI.
So you've written the perfect prompt, but the AI still does weird things, right? It's not always a smooth ride. So now we're going to get into troubleshooting, because knowing the AI's common quirks and how to fix them is really the final step to becoming an expert prompter. Let's break down some of the most common AI behaviors. First off, it loves symmetry, which can make for really boring compositions. The fix? You literally just prompt for asymmetrical composition. And hands, we all know it struggles with hands. So the solution is usually to simplify the pose in your prompt or just plan to draw them in yourself later. Finally, it loves adding random clutter, which we can solve with a really powerful tool, And that powerful tool is the negative prompt. Telling the AI what not to do is often just as important as telling it what to do. And for storyboarding, this is an absolute game changer. By adding negative prompts like photorealistic, 3D, busy background, you are basically cleaning up your panel before it's even generated. And that's going to save you tons of time. Okay, we've covered the why and we've covered the how. Now, let's put this all together into a repeatable, professional workflow. Because this isn't about getting one perfect image on the first try. It's about developing a process for generating excellent starting points really fast. This right here is the key. Professionals do not expect a perfect result on the first try. Instead, they write a strong prompt, they generate a whole batch of options, they look at them, analyze what's working, and then they refine the prompt to get even closer. The AI's job is to give you options. Your job, your artistic eye, is to make that final choice and add the human touch.
And why go through this whole process? Well, because of this number. A really well-crafted prompt, when you combine it with this iterative workflow, can get you 70 to 80% of the way to a finished panel. Your job is to come in and add that final, crucial 20% of polish and storytelling that makes it truly yours.
So there you have it. We've gone from frustration to a clear framework for direction. You now have the language, and you have the toolkit to translate your vision into patterns the AI can actually understand. You are the director. The AI is your new, incredibly fast production assistant. So the only question left is, what story will you direct first?